Hello and welcome. Oof, there we go. To a very wet Bern E-prix in the heart of Switzerland. My name is Edward Hunter, and alongside me in this race taking place on the 4th of May, of course, is the one, the only Joshua Birch and Nick Homewood, who has very kindly given up his chance of competing today in order to run the stream, which we're all very grateful. A surprise to be sure, but a very, very welcome one.
Hello there.
Oh, General Birch. You are a bold one. Nice to see you.
Oh,
Josh.
I don't think so.
Well, I beg to differ. Anyway, of course, the Bern E-prix Switzerland only used once in real life, of course, much like the Zurich E-prix that we saw last season. But great to see motor racing in the heart of Switzerland, of course, where motor racing was banned for many, many years. At least in the internal combustion engine variety, ever since the Le Mans disaster of 1955, where over 80 people were seriously injured. I think over 80 people died, and a lot more were injured actually. But yeah, certainly a very, very tragic thing, and it's great to see that the safety standards have moved on, and that Formula E, even though they were only able to run this event once, mainly for sort of financial and sort of various different things didn't work out, but it was great to see the event take place. And anyway, as it happens, in the world, we were quoting General Grievous just a while ago. So, in the words of General Grievous, what's the situation, Josh, in the championship?
Oh, it's getting tasty, isn't it? As well. Excuse me.
That sounded very Grievous-esque.
I did that deliberately. It's getting very close, isn't it? The championship now. Only 2 races to go with that mystery race in a couple of weeks' time as well. The
we'll be able to announce
down.
The mystery race at the end of this one, of course.
Indeed, as well. I can't wait as well. And I've been sending the mind tricks as well that this is not the North Flight that we're looking for and all that line. Trying to convince Nick Homewood as well to race on Tatooine, but still not working out.
More pod racing than than Formula E, as we see qualifying about to get going, and Pascal Leggett, of course, organizer, still sort of there or thereabouts in the title hunt. Of course, we've got the total points, but with 2 rounds to go, there will be a drop score coming into play, which is very helpful for Haus Sonneveld, of course, who's second in the standings, and remember had that brilliant drive in. I think him and Josh are in this group with Pascal, along with Peter Vagapov as well. There he is. Yep. There's Haus Sonneveld.
2 points between them, of course, as you were saying as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what the drop score is.
Because there was, if you drop Diria, which is the worst result for both Joshua Hamilton and Haus Sonneveld. And to be honest, who wouldn't drop Diria? Regardless of where you finish there. But if you drop that, then it's basically 2 wins each. So Rome and Punta del Este for Joshua Hamilton. And I believe Berlin and Marrakesh for Sonneveld. And then of course they've both taken 2 wins, and I believe Sonneveld took 3rd in Rome.
Yes,
Joshua Hamilton took 2nd in Berlin. Then Hamilton took 2nd in Marrakesh, and Sonneveld took 2nd but took fastest lap as well. So that's why it's sort of even though Haus Sonneveld has got like a 3rd to Joshua Hamilton's 2nd, if it comes down to that, because he got that extra point for fastest lap. That's what's making it so close at the minute. Yeah, like I said about there's about 2 points in it. So really, whoever wins, it's gonna be absolutely crucial between the two. We see Pascal Eggert in Group 1 starting his lap. Then a very, very tight hairpin to start the lap, Josh, and then
this downhill section is.
Yeah, we go into all sorts of elevation, and it's a real challenge to get the braking right for the sort of chicane just after it sort of turns 5 and 6. But here we go. Purple flex sector for Pascal Eggert because he's the first to set the lap, of course. And we go uphill through that long left-hander, which, of course, is the beginning of Sector 2. And we're coming to the other hairpin, which is really, really narrow. You really struggle to hit the steering lock, and Eggert hits the wall there as he goes through, but continues on.
As you know, the odds of I'll try again. You know, Ed, of course, the odds of successfully navigating this track are 2,392 to 1.
Never tell me the odds, Josh. Yeah, so here comes Eggert towards the line to set his first lap, of course. And remember, this is the finish line. That was just after the 12, 13, 14 chicane. But the start line starts before. So here we go, finish line. Or was that the start line? No. There we go.
Finish line. Here's Valestra. Out of the corner here. Oh, he's in the wall.
And Sam Valestra has got that very, very wrong. Indeed. And I think he may have even buckled the steering. But he sets the original fastest lap. Eggert was a bit slower, actually. Half a second slower, actually.
Yeah, so
Sonneveld now lays down the marker, 120.6. So that's what Joshua Hamilton and, of course, Oliver Perikian and the rest of the Into the Points boys are going to be hoping to beat. So to VMS versus Into the Points. Oliver Perikian, of course, we've seen him. Oh, is he again has to get full on the brake? It's such a narrow hairpin that I remember it causing so many problems in real life. That, of course, is that's turn 7, isn't it? That's the really, really tight one here.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a bizarre track, this one. I'm surprised it was even on the Formula E calendar. It's so dangerous as well. It's got the tightness of London.
The wet weather makes it even more dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not built on a ring road, but there was certainly, much like Battersea, this race had a lot of protests. I remember there was like a bunch of cyclists the day before the race who tore down all of the advertising banners, so they had to ship out new ones. Sonneveld really spinning up the tyres and having to really have a few goes at turning into that turn 9 and 10 chicane, didn't he, Josh?
That was ridiculous the amount of times. He had 3 attempts into it, neither of them
but his time's been beaten by Joshua Hamilton, so...
he's got this last chicane as well.
Remember, we have got the groups coming up, so the track, because it's wet, evolution won't be such a big factor here, but the late section should provide a little bit more grip, as Sonneveld and Valestra right behind him. We've got a bit of slipstream there, as here comes Hamilton setting a few personal bests. Can he get up into second place and close in? Because he is about a second and a half now behind Sonneveld, so that could fill up with a load of drivers as we go into groups 2, 3 and 4, Josh.
Cross the line.
Here we go.
191. So
purple final sector, so Hamilton really strong there. So the turn 1, another really tricky one because it's essentially a kind of hairpin that opens and then closes really, really tightly.
I know. That one didn't even fit for a Han Solo joke. As I come through. I suppose we could work in. You're going to attack them during the race with attack modes at some point. We can try and work that one in. If someone does it in a Princess Leia type voice as well. Nick's been awfully quiet as he's doing the cameras as well. Just saying, giggling every now and then in the background as well as you, Ed. But this is on board with Sonneveld. He's top at the moment. Fastest sector 1 and 2. Look at that first sector, up by 4 tenths. He's now only 3 tenths ahead in sector 2 as he comes across the start line. The finish line is after the chicane. That caused all the pile-up back in 2018, I want to say, as it comes through.
That was the only race they did, yes, back in season 5, yes, where Bern ended up winning that race. So there we go, Sonneveld lays down the marker even further, now 2 tenths ahead of Valestra, who has gone to the pit lane, as is Sonneveld. Here comes Hamilton, so Hamilton's having to keep up with the pace. They're not going to get many more laps here. We're getting to the end of Group 1. So Joshua Hamilton has got to make this count. He's down to 4th now, because Perikian has eclipsed his time. So the pressure really on our championship leader, Joshua Hamilton. He goes towards the line. Another purple final sector, but 4 tenths off Oliver Perikian in 3rd. And 8 tenths down on Sonneveld, his title rival.
This isn't good enough at all, especially with the Super Pole being in the top 5.
And as Joshua Hamilton's starting his final lap now as Group 2's being released, because this could get very messy. But I think he's a bit further up the road. We're just looking at Nick Conan exiting the pit lane in the Finn Avond car. The car that I'm sure Nick Conan would desperately love to be driving right now if he weren't directing the broadcast. But yeah, here's Joshua Hamilton. Let's see if we can get to the end of the Englishman's lap Look at that bright blue into the points cars. Oh, no, he hit the wall
He's
on the
hit the
outside
wall, yeah.
through turn 6, I think. So that's it for Joshua Hamilton. 4th, 8 tenths off the pace in Group 1. So he's got to hope that the likes of Peter Vagapov, is that Sophie Jones, Michael Steffel, Vagapov's stopping. So I think Vagapov was also in Group 1. So
weird desync, yeah. So as he goes back in, as he set times, yeah, Vagapov's already set a time. So top 6 already done. But weird to just stop in the middle of the track. I've never seen that desync before as well.
So all of the top 5 in the championship have been out in the first group. So still using the old qualifying format, as we see yellow in the second sector, as Gashi negotiates 9, 10, 11. But I'm just looking at who's in this group. Certainly Gashi, as he starts his lap, is... And let's hope he doesn't crash while I look at the quali groups. We got Nick Conan, Ken Sonneveld, Alban Gashi. We're looking on board with him right now. Jonathan Jones, who was very quick in the practice session, as Gashi negotiates the chicane. And one thing's for sure, we're all going to be a lot thinner after we get through that one. Samuel Capriola as well, also in this group. Provided he's gone out there, he should be in it.
I don't know, but I don't want to be out there right now as well. It looks absolutely treacherous. So the rain looks like it has stopped. The track's still going to be greasy. And of course, on these Michelin tyres, you're going to be sliding around everywhere as well. So don't want to look at this view, though, doesn't it? That does look like the run down the trench in the Death Star, doesn't it? That's a fantastic camera
Significantly
angle.
less turbo lasers at the side of the circuit, just spectators. But of course, great to see such a big turnout here in Bern. Not just the men, but the women and the children, too.
I just remember what I was going to say about Dewey now, but then again, we'll circle back to that later. We'll figure that somewhere into the conversation with May the 4th. Be with you, of course, today with Star Wars Day.
Yes, and of course, this is a custom fan-made track. Look at Jonathan Jones really pushing out there. This is an excellent lap so far. But of course, it being a fan-made track, all the advertising banners are copyright-free logos that have slightly changed from their original, like a top hooter. Of course, the legendary timing device as we power towards the start line, but not the finish line. We've effectively got 2 start lines, which is slightly confusing. Here we go towards the chicane. He takes he's very close to the inside on entry, is Jonathan Jones, and I wonder if that's just so he's straight lining it. He's not, and up to 4th he goes, so he's beaten Joshua Hamilton. I think Joshua Hamilton's out of Super Bowl, Josh.
P6 he is. Top 5 go through, so championship leader in big trouble, but the Sonneveds are 1 and 2.
Yes, great lap by 10 Sonneveld to beat. I'm not sure what the ages are, but I'm not sure if he's the older sibling or the younger sibling. He's certainly not his father, I know that for sure.
Oh, no, that's not true. That's impossible.
Well, I mean, you got to search your feelings, but...
Oh, we're going to get in so much trouble for this.
But anyway, Sonneveld leads Sonneveld. I assume brother and brother leading the galaxy here in Bern. But not very much between them. But of course, it's 10 in number 10 leading House in number 11. Capriola on his lap, squirreling all over the place. He's driving... more like C-3PO than Anakin Skywalker.
He is actually, isn't he? Look at that. He's just jumping around the track as well, like a robot. He needs to get that
well, you know what they say,
down.
Driving is for droids.
Lights on the brakes. He did touch the
and
wall.
He did hit the wall, yes. Quite significantly too, but Capriola in the 46 seems to have got away without too much damage in is that the Laston or racing car, I think.
Yeah, so everyone's getting around him at about 1 minute 17 parsecs. No one else is doing an improvement down there at the moment. Gosh, he's down by 2 tenths.
Very clean chicane there. Let's see what the time is as he goes towards the bar.
21.
And it's 1:21 flat. It's straight on there. So I guess Capriola might be going back to the pits quite soon.
Hey,
but yeah, Jonathan Jones.
hit
2
the
tenths
nose.
Jonathan Jones sets a fantastic lap, 2 tenths better than the Gashi. So it seems there is a lot of track evolution. I was completely wrong, Josh.
Wow.
When I said that earlier.
Yeah. Well, the race, I think,
we
stops,
might even see how Sonneveld struggle to get into Super Bowl here. This could be really tense then, as we get further and further through this qualifying session. Gashi completing another lap here. He's just got the chicane to negotiate, and he's just got to hold his nerve and see what he can do here in that VMS red car. Number 28 flies through over the jump, although it's not as big as the jump in Rome, naturally.
Love that jump.
Here we go, next to the A brackets, A brackets, and he sets the fastest lap. So the track evolving all the time. Gashi goes top with a time is that 1:16.86. So nearly again 0.2 faster than Jonathan Jones's effort. Here's Nick Conan. He goes 5th to split House Sonneveld and Vilestra, Pericki, and Hamilton. So Joshua Hamilton looking like he's going to start potentially 10th or something in that kind of region, isn't he? His Capriola bails to the pits. He's deciding he has a disturbing lack of faith in his ability to set better lap times, or perhaps he just ran out of time. Here comes Michael Steffel then. Group 3 about to be released onto this track, and what can they do? We see what Group 2 could do. Group 3 is going to be, even better.
This is it. We're going forward as well. And of course, in times like this, we remember the most famous quote of all: try not, do or do not, there is no try. I could do that better actually. Do or do not, there is no try. For those listeners that tend to ASMR as they come through, Steffel is looking like
Steffel,
he's got
always
good
one of the
stuff
better
here.
qualifiers. Not necessarily getting to the end in the race. Like a lot of the non-Joshua Hamilton into the points drivers seem to qualify really well and then fail to really get to the end of races. It almost seems like they're still in quali mode. They're still taking loads and loads of risks. Look at the dry line that's emerging as well. We've still got it stopped raining actually.
It has, and there's still a little bit of spray off line look, but there is that dry line appearing.
All weather tyres, of course, on these Formula E cars. So that means they're all sort of set up whatever the conditions. But Michael Steffel will be relishing this. This could be a brilliant chance for him to take another pole position. We saw it last time we went to Switzerland, Michael Steffel starting a pole, and then I think he had an absolutely horrific start, which just destroyed his race. But here we go, Steffel on board at the tippy top of that nose, and he breaks so late into that chicane, but that shows the confidence and grip that Michael Steffel aboard into the points. Number 27 has got, here we go, through turn 1 then, nice and tidy. And up the hill and then downhill again. Here we go towards turns 4 and 5, I think. Yep, here we go.
Here we go into the chicane. Yep, downhill, turns in. This is where the podium is as well, in a lovely switchback section.
Also where the bear enclosure is, isn't it?
Yeah, actually. Why the hell they decided to put that next to the bear as well? And it's just, do you remember during the long red flag period we were seeing them all?
There were loads and loads of bear puns, yes, by the commentary team. Much like we're doing Star Wars quotes and puns.
It was just a bare necessity.
And the sun, Bush. I've almost read that as bearish. He was saying that at the side of the track. Steffel sets a personal best. It's not the best. It's not better than Gashi's though, funnily enough.
No,
so the sun has come out slightly. It's still a little bit grey in provincial Switzerland. But Steffel should be on for a lap near the top 5 here. Let's see what this can do for him. As once again I get tricked by the start line, posing as the finish line. But if anyone else on green times out there, we've got Horvath and Lahoven not setting particularly great sectors. Cooper's a set of 26.6, so he's faster than Steffel in that first sector, and Steffel goes 4th. In between the two Sonneveld, so ahead of House Sonneveld. So House Sonneveld is, I believe, hanging on by Fred into the top 5 as we go into Group 3. Yep. Lahoven goes 14th, or he did go 13th, but it was beaten by somebody else out there.
Caparola?
It's Cooper's, of course.
Cooper's, yeah.
Queepers, or is it Cooper's? As Stefan only goes 14th now, so it seems it's a battle for the top 14 here amongst some of the runners in this group. There's Horvath. He should be fairly nippy, so let's see what he's made of. His first lap only good enough for 11th, just behind Joshua Hamilton. So Joshua Hamilton is about where I thought he would be in the top 10.
So he's keeping up there, yeah. I'm disappointed, actually, that it looks like we're going to lose both of the title contenders, which is going to make it great for us in the commentary for the race, but they really need to sharpen up the racks. Of course, the mystery track coming up is going to be really thrown into the deep end. So let's hope they find their way. But right now, this is Horvath, who in the first sector is down a 10th, and he's now 3 seconds off the pace as well. So not a great one there as well.
Oh, Michael Steffel, there we go. He got the lap together. 2 tenths faster. No, less than that. It's like 0.027 faster than Albin Gashi. 1:16.838. That's his time. And that puts him top of the group then, top of all the groups actually. And this is tough times then. Coopers crucially gets into the top 5 and displaces House Sonneveld. So House Sonneveld out of Superpole and with another group left to go as Stefan improves to 13th. It's all happening here. Look how dry the track is. That dry line widening out. And the way clear for all these. And Michael Steffel going yet faster. So his confidence growing. And this is going to give Michael Steffel a big advantage because he's not going to have to wait long to get into Superpole again, is he, Josh?
He's not indeed. As you know, rebellions are built on hope. So let's see what's going to happen here. He's 2/10 faster already. This is fantastic. He's remaining consistent across the lap.
It's so another provisional pole time to add to his collection.
Oh. Clap, clap, clap. Well done. That was a good one. I like that one a lot. As they come through. Oh, God. This
I still got to negotiate this chicane. Yeah.
The negotiator. This deal is getting worse all the time. Anyway, cross the line.
I'm sure that's what Joshua Hamilton and even Hal Sonneveld to an extent may be thinking. And Hal Sonneveld, he may be out of Super Bowl. Do you reckon, Josh, he's thinking to himself, well, I'm ahead of Hamilton, who I'm fighting with for the championship. We got Eggert, the other runner, is nowhere really here as well. Eggert's right at the very, very back. 4 seconds off the paces. Oh, that was horrible by all half the chicane. He just went straight on there. He blew up like Porkins in the solid distance. And here comes Stefan. Can he improve his time? Yes, but not his position.
Oh, no, that's...
That's ironic.
Yeah. Ironic. Did I ever tell
when Stefan spins as if to prove the point there. Yeah exactly. Here we go then. Group 4 being released in the form of Peter Schumann. And is that just Peter Schumann only?
It looks like he's the only one going out as well. So he's literally going, I'm one with the force is with me. He's just walking on this battlefield.
Schumann and I believe someone else might be out on track. Well, we got Vierenga and Norbert Brecker in this group as well, I think.
Be careful not to choke on your ambitions, Director Brecker. It's the closest I could get. Yeah, by the way, if you are joining us as well, we have literally agreed that today is just literally Star Wars throughout the entire broadcast. We need to think of something you can say when the lights go ahead.
There we go. We've got VMS Sunnet saying 10 is apparently 15 and House is age 17. So I did think House might be the older brother, but certainly it's the younger brother who's in Super Bowl members. Brecker, wow. Look at that.
There's always
quite
a
the
bigger
first
fish.
corner. Yes, exactly. It's more fishtailing than a bigger fish. But
I don't know. I'll add one of those now. Where is it?
Here we go.
I've written down so many things. Oh, he touched the wall. Oh,
and I don't care what universe you're from, Josh. That has got to hurt, hitting the inside wall like that.
That was a big kick up the backside, wasn't it? As it came, so it's damaged the rear suspension. You see on the brake as well. He's trying to get that car together. So he's got massive suspension damage. Look, the car's crabbing across the bumps.
It doesn't look too bad.
It's not
because the track's dry, he might still be able to sneak into Super Bowl here. And from then on, he can get a fresh car. If he goes to the pits now, that's crucial track time he's missing out on. So Norbert Brecker quite wisely decided to stick with this. Let's see what the first sector was, a 28.2, which was not great, it must be said. Second sector has just come through now. Oh, it's personal best, but Vierenga's going quicker than him at the moment. There we go, 16th place for Vierenga.
Oh,
Norbert Brecker, 18th at the moment. It's looking a bit dicey. I don't think this is a Super Bowl lap. He might need a few more in there. But here we go, towards the line now. Second, there we go.
So that officially kicks out Sonneveld and nearly kicks out the other Sonneveld as well.
So I seem to be made to suffer because that's at least 3 times I've got it wrong today. Seems to be my lot in life.
Yeah, well, don't worry, Ed. We'll always be with you. No one's ever really gone. 1,000 generation of commentators live in you now.
Yeah, so the guardians of peace and justice. Here comes Peter Schumann then. Fresh from, well, naturally, no, that was a while ago, wasn't it, Marrakesh?
Through 2 races
Another
ago?
story for another time, I'm sure. Here we go, 120.2, 15th goes Peter Schumann. So we've got Brecker, who's actually set a purple first sector, so Brecker wants to displace Michael Steffel. In fact, 10 Sonneveld may not even get, the younger Sonneveld brother may not even get into Super Bowl here.
Blimey.
If Schumann and Vierenga can get a lap in. So the pressure's on them, isn't it?
That is real pressure, and they are going to be terrified.
And Brecker's actually gone a bit slower in the middle sector there, as you can see.
Yeah.
So clearly backing off on that lap. But Vierenga and Schumann especially, big opportunities for them. Their season's not already gone to plan, I think it's fair to say. No particular good finishes for either of those drivers this season. Vierenga, I believe, has got like his best. He's only been able to get 14 points from Marrakesh. That was his best finish. As we see Peter Schumann, who...
Oh, he's a second off the pace.
And Schumann having the big crash in Rome as well. Where is Schumann in the actual points? I'm trying to remember. Because he's not done... there we go. He's actually behind Jack Giordamano in the points, last stint racing. He got 13 points from Marrakesh, and that's all he got so far this season. But slower in the second sector. I don't believe so. I think he's got... I'll tell you something. We got a little secret project.
Nice.
That we're working on Formula E Zone as Peter Schumann improves only to 14th though. So really it's only Brecker second the time he's going to like the 3 left in Group 4, sorry. It's only really Norbert Brecker who's able to get in. So 10 Sonneveld might just sneak in after all. I was wrong. There was no danger at all.
Oh dear. We're getting them all over now.
I mean, if you're going to quote a Star Wars film, you've got to quote Attack of the Clones, sure.
Yes, of course.
Now become more powerful than any commentator.
Good job.
That's not. I did already quote Attack of the Clones, of course. I'm sure there's more I can draw out from that. Norbert Brecker. Oh,
that's a big whack into the wall.
Yeah. That's not a good one. There you go. At some point you run out of quotes and you sort of just come up with ones like, oh, that's not good. Another Attack of the Clones quote, but just not one of the more memorable ones, even in that movie.
Oh dear, this me said big doo-doo this time.
Yes.
As he comes through. Oh no! Oh god,
please no more Jar Jar.
Jump.
Just do the Ewoks instead. Their quotes are easy to remember.
Jump.
Wub nub, yes. Here comes Peter Schumann, and I think that might be his last go of it. There we go. Slams into the wall. 119.1. Only good enough for 14th. And 10 Sonneveld then hangs on to that last slot in Superpole. So it will be Michael Steffel, Norbert Brecker, Alban Gashi, Jonathan Jones, and 10 Sonneveld. As 10 Sonneveld immediately goes out to prepare for his Superpole lap. And the track, it's almost completely dry now, which is not what Nick Homewood told me would have happened beforehand. He said it's going to be wet the whole of qualifying and the whole of the race. But I think he also told me it's supposed to replicate the real-life weather, so this tells us that
it was meant to rain the entire race.
So the forecast was inaccurate then.
Whatever's happened here, the game has broken. But
you failed me for the last time, Mr. Homewood.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Right, back to the cameras.
That's true. Yeah, sorry about that.
To be fair, I've just got a great quote here by Yoda that could be taken in so many different ways. I'm not going to say that. I'll send that into the group chat later.
Anyway, so 10 Sonneveld, I believe this is his first Super Bowl appearance then, and maybe due to the groups, due to the quirk of the weather, the much maligned group system that we haven't really been able to change, because we always seem to be a season behind real Formula E in terms of format.
Actually, Nick, are you still there? Can you hear us? He's going to massively unmute his microphone now. Oh, he's just pissed. Hello, Nick. So, you said from your angle the rain was going to stay throughout the entire race. So what you told us was true from your certain point of view.
Yeah, it should have been a fully wet event, but our factors decided otherwise.
Anyway, 10
it's
Sonneveld.
It's a chance of you to make a fresh start.
And anyway, 10 Sonneveld. He gathers up his midichlorians, and his focus will determine his reality here, and also will his right foot. As we
Stay on target.
Yes, exactly. And the trench run continues then on the streets of Bern, and Sonneveld, purple in the first sector, but that's not too surprising, given he's the first to run out and he's got the cleanest track ahead of him. But this is going to be absolutely crucial then. Through that turn 7 hairpin he goes, and no touch of the wall whatsoever. And
have you now?
Yes. And this time you won't escape. Here comes Sonneveld then into the turn 9, 10, 11 chicane. Oh,
nice.
Look at that change of direction. You have to be so sudden. You had to be on it. You had to be. You don't think B.
Use the force, Ten. Use the force.
Yes. Anyway, Sonneveld, he goes towards the chicane, and this is it then. All or nothing. He powers towards the line. This is going to be provisional pole then, and that's the marker they've all got to beat then. The 1:16.0. But don't get cocky.
Yeah, great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million.
Don't get cocky, because here comes Jonathan Jones then, and the points up to 47. And J.J. Abrams begins his lap.
Oh no.
Let's hope there's no mystery boxes waiting around the corner this time, because he's going to have to write himself out of a hole. And here we go, through that chicane. Oh, and the rear steps out, and that's all into the wall goes Jonathan Jones, not into the points like he'd hoped he would be.
I haven't been this disappointed since The Last Jedi. I've got to watch that later. Oh, he's in the wall again.
Yeah.
To be fair, let's just get this straight. I do love Star Wars. I mean, the 6 films are fantastic, and the 3 fan-made sequels as well were questionable.
Yeah, it's a shame. I like who's the guy who directed? Ron Johnson, of course. Yeah, I really like Ron Johnson.
Yeah, he was great in Knives Out as well.
That was a great movie. He's done some great TV stuff like Breaking Bad as well. It's purple sector for Jonathan Jones. Might not be over for JJ yet. In Formula 1 terms, you might call it JJ later, but we called him JJ Abrams. So I feel embarrassed about that now. Here we go. The final chicane to go, and he's just got to not bin it. Oh, and just about gets it turned in. That was supremely confident. Can Jonathan Jones beat the time set by Sonneveld? No, he falls short. A whole second short, actually.
Oh, Master Hunter, you disappoint me. Jonathan holds you in such high esteem. Surely you can do better.
I'm a slow learner, what can I say? No, I mean, you're overly critical, Josh. You never listen. You don't understand. As I believe it's Gashi now.
Technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant to the power of the commentary.
Here comes Gashi then, navigating his own technological terror, and through the downhill bear enclosure chicane, which we need to think of a better name for. But 5, 6, 3, 4, and 5, sorry. Of course, all the best Star Wars episodes in that sectional corners.
Yeah, 3,
3,
4,
10,
5,
6.
Questionable.
I actually kind of like Return of the Jedi. I shouldn't be harsh on
I
that.
like the first 45 minutes when they're in Jabba's palace. I always enjoy that bit. It's a refreshing
So does
change.
Boba Fett up until he falls into the Sarlacc pit.
Well, to be fair, yeah, and I do enjoy about 22 minutes to 45 minutes when Princess Leia's in the gold bikini.
Through comes Gashi through the final corner. What if he doesn't survive this lap, Josh? He's worth a lot to me. He powers towards the final chicane. Then Alban Gashi, looking very good. And but it's out of the gash into the frying pan.
Oh no!
What can Alban do here?
Cross the line.
He's got to beat Sonneveld's time. Is he going to get ahead of? There we go.
Oh wow!
Third fastest then. So it's a second on the grid then. He slots in between Jonathan Jones and Ten Sonneveld, and now it's Norbert Brecker's turn. What can the Hungarian sim racing driver do?
Well, we will watch his lap with great interest.
Indeed, we will. And to clean first corner then. I think Brecker, let's not forget, he was fighting for the championship last season. This could be a real shot at redemption here.
If it's a fast car.
Fast car?
Whoa! Oh, twitched.
Let's see if he can do the Kessel Run in under 1 minute 16, because that's what he's got to do to beat Ten Sonneveld, and he's up in that first sector.
Do or do not, there is no try. As that was more perfect than what it was last time as they come to. He is spotted up, he's squiggly, throws the car in as well, completely out of shape. What a couple of corners that was. Over the chicane as well. Now long straightaway as well. Past attack mode. Looks good to me.
Yeah, Norbert seems to be on top of things.
Oh.
Here we go, through the final chicane then.
I've got something to talk about in between the in between these qualifying the race sessions, actually.
We go then, the number 94 then. Powers towards that final chicane, and that's where we haven't seen anyone get it wrong so far. Norbert Brecker. Oh, and it's all gone wrong!
This party's over.
Oh my goodness. And that's it for Norbert Brecker. That'll be 5th on the grid for him, and it was looking so good. That was a pole lap, Josh, and now it's Michael Steffel's turn. He's the only one who can beat 10 Sonneveld. It's all down to you, kid.
It's literally like we've had a Super Pole in Group 4. This is fantastic. They've all gone out one at a time to try and improve their lap times.
We go then.
Oh, so we're in Super Pole, and I've just blinked. Nick, are we in Super Pole?
Yes.
Oh. Well...
and tidy for Michael Steffel so far. Remember, his best lap in the group stages was 8 tenths down, and he's only a tenth down on, I believe that's on Sonneveld. Yes, because it's the only other one compared to him. So he's on a personal best. So he was a tenth faster than he was in the group stage. So it's not over yet. We've still got quite a way to go.
Blinked and missed big switch.
Through. That must have been turn 8 then.
Yeah, and, I completely missed, by the way, that we're in Super Bowl, so sorry about everybody. I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe. As I come through, nicely done through the chicane area. That was perfect. He touched the wall at the exit, though, but he didn't lose any speed. He's still 10th down, though.
Very impressive. You must be very proud, Josh.
I am. Although...
Well, Michael Steffel will do his job, that's for sure.
Yeah, got a bit of fear as he comes through across the line. Does he improve? Oh, 160!
Oh, personal best. No, that was best purple final sector of anyone, but not good enough to steal pole from 10 Sonneveld. Take a bow, 15-year-old 10 Sonneveld. Your first pole position in EERC Formula E. So, the grid is Sonneveld, Steffel, Gashi, Jones, Brecker, I believe. So exactly the same as we see in the final timing.
Yeah, that is exactly the grid. So that's quite usual that that's worked out perfectly for us.
And Cooper's 6th, Sonneveld 7th, of course, Conan 8th, Velestra 9th, Larhoven 10th, Perikian 11th, Horvath 12th, Joshua Hamilton down in 13th on what is not an easy track to overtake on. So Joshua Hamilton's got it all to do.
Doesn't that image that we just had on the screen there look like F197 with the grid? That was brilliant that we just had. Right, while we're in between, let's just talk about one of the biggest plot holes in Star Wars before the lights go out.
Okay.
So, Emperor Palpatine tells Dooku to go and kill Padme. Dooku doesn't want to do it himself, so he hires a bounty hunter to go kill Padme. The bounty hunter sends a shapeshifter to go kill Padme. The shapeshifter doesn't want to do it, so she sends a robot to go kill Padme. The robot doesn't kill Padme. He sends 2 bugs to go kill Padme. So as the meme goes, Palpatine sent Dooku, who sent Jango Fett, who sent a shapeshifter, who sent a droid, who sent 2 bugs to kill Padme. And even after all that is done, Obi-Wan Anakin can leave Padme alone so that Jango could have gone and killed Padme, but instead he assassinates the person he hired to go kill Padme. How does that make sense? The first 15 minutes of Attack of the Clones is like George Lucas was on acid when he wrote it. It doesn't make any sense.
You're not the first person who's brought that up, Josh.
I know, it just bugs me so much.
Deal's getting worse all the time. Anyway.
I said that over the intro video. That's going to be the most amusing intro video to a Formula E race.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Allow me, Ed. Welcome to Bern and the EERC. You will never find a more villa full of scum and villainy.
Please don't say that about the residents of Bern, Josh.
I'm in the EERC, right?
Well, proceed with caution, certainly. That is the order of the day. And here we go. The group being set off then. And it's Sonneveld that leads Michael Steffel and Albon Gashi as they approach the first corner. And the into the points driver, Steffel, really close to the back. And it's 3 wide in the background. We're going to see a blockage at the chicane if we're not careful. And indeed, that's what we see. 2 of the Frinavon cars stuck. That's Eggert and Nick Conan, I believe.
Yeah.
That's Sonneveld just squeezing his way through. Yes.
Hamilton too. Hamilton's down to 14th. He got stuck on the outside line. He's moved on to 12th now, passing Vierenga and Horvath. But Eggert's down into 15th position. Schiemann down to 17th.
And actually, Sonneveld, by sort of cutting across and avoiding the carnage, he's got up to 6th.
Oh, he'll have to give that place back there, surely.
Oh, potentially.
Did he stop? That's the rule, isn't it? Did he stop and start again?
I didn't see him. I don't think he went all the way across the chicane. I think he just stayed out of trouble. And it looks like Tobias Blumschein has decided to join the grid after qualifying. So,
in the wall! One of the front of
it's
cars.
into the points red cars, I think.
Into the points. So, Steffel's up to second. Gashi third. Brecker fourth.
Look at
contact
this,
with Brecker.
Trying to go around the outside of Gashi after turn 7. And that's somebody losing out to Perikian. So yeah, the two into the points cars making progress. That was Jonathan Jones that we saw hit the wall, and it's Cooper's in that sort of grey and black car we saw being overtaken.
This is an amazing start as well, and I'm surprised. I said it last time, didn't I? We were on air. I'm surprised we didn't have a bigger pile-up down at turn 1 than we expected. Also, the lights went on very quickly as well, and the lights got out just at the right
time. Good thing
time.
we had time for the intro video there.
Yeah, good thing, actually, yeah. As it comes through, here's Tobias. He's already made his way up to 18th position, passing Caparola and Vargapov as well. As they come
and that's Schumann ahead of him. But yeah, 10 Sonneveld still leading by 1.2 over Michael Steffel. And this is absolutely crucial. And like in the championship, it's a battle between VMS and Into the Points. And that's playing that way out on track, but with different set of drivers. As Perikian is also right behind Sonneveld, who is 3.4 behind Brecker. So Sonneveld are second man in the championship. Now remember, Sonneveld didn't participate in Saudi Arabia, in Diriyah. So Joshua Joshua Hamilton, there we go, up to 12, past one of the teammates, the other VMS car. That looks like a Vierenga, of course. Yeah. So
Eggert's trying to look through the inside. He was barging his way through Vierenga, and Tobias making moves as well.
Yeah, Tobias, there wasn't letting him through there, was he? And
no!
Jonathan Jones tries to go up the inside of Cooper's, and it all goes wrong there. He gets stuck in the wall, and I think that could be terminal damage for the Into the Points driver, Josh.
That is certainly going to be because too much damage to the suspension. Look at this, already crawling down the back straightaways over. On board with Jonathan Jones now. The car's shaking a little bit under brakes. He looks okay into the braking zone.
And that's Lahoven on the outside of him. Just enough room for him to squeeze through.
Oh, this is unbelievable stuff as well.
I hate it when he does that.
That's more contact.
Yeah, Tobias has got the two big green Larson racing cars in his way, basically. And he's going to have to go at the outside of the chicane of that's Capriola, as Brecker, Gashi, Sonneveld, Perikian, all setting alight the timing screens, and Tobias stuck down in 18th. But here he goes to the inside, and Vagapov retires. Out. So that's a shame for Peter, because we don't see him in Formula E too often, actually. I think that was one of his first race in EERC Formula E in a while. But there we go, 19 people still running in the race, I believe. And Sonneveld still at the lead and extending his advantage over Michael Steffel to 1.8 now. But,
I think, you mentioned about Sonneveld not racing in Diriyah, and why would he? It's full of sand, it's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere.
Of course, yes. Not like here in Bern, where everything is smooth and soft. And here comes Tobias up the inside, and it almost nudges Schumann out the way, and Schumann's still there on the outside, but Blumschein is through. Is he? But just he's still there on the outside. Thank goodness Stefan wasn't still there on the inside, because Tobias might have run out of room quite quickly there.
Now this is pod racing.
Indeed, well, it would be. If it wasn't Formula E, then it would be pod racing, yes.
Similarities, both use electric power, of course.
Yeah, okay, just don't try and blow up a big donut ship now, Josh. Okay, anyway, so Albin Gashi sets fastest first sector of anyone, which is, and Norbert Brecker now sets fastest lap in 4th position.
Eggert's looking to the inside as well, trying to pass Jones now because the outside line to the chicane.
Yep, Jones getting defensive.
Single file, there's the pit entrance. That's one of the most complicated pit entrances in Formula E. Nice on the brake. I like how they've got the red patch to tell the drivers exactly when to start braking. It's so handy, that, as well. It's just part of the road, but it's a great idea. As well as Eggert trying to get some more slipstream. Hasn't worked out as well. And he's got him in his sights down the run as well into the hairpin past the podium.
There's also, just up ahead of this, it looks like Jonathan Jones has potentially moved aside for Joshua Hamilton, as Hamilton's ahead of him, up in 11th place now, and chasing down Joop Lahoven. So Sonneveld, meanwhile, still ahead of Perikian, still holding on to that 5th position. Now remember,
contact!
And Nick Conan in the wall at turn 7.
Yeah, he hit the back of Coupier's as well. Now
I'm surprised Jonathan Jones is still going, given the damage to his car, to be honest. Makes sense that he moved aside for Hamilton, actually. Or maybe Hamilton just made a move on him where we weren't looking. Peter Schumann!
Debris! Suspension off, wheel off! Is that Schumann? No, it's Steven stopped.
It's Stefan. So Stefan That's him out of the race as he tries in vain to go for attack mode. It's Eggert, Vierenga, Horvath, and Blumschein are in it at the moment.
Yeah,
So
really don't care
Eggert
if
desperately
you
trying to
believe
make progress and pass Jonathan Jones, but Stefan.
he's in the wall.
I don't care what universe you're from, Jack. That's still got to hurt.
To quote Boba Fett, don't really care if you believe it. As he goes through, on the inside. Your focus determines your reality.
That's a good quote.
I'm like that.
Be mindful of the present as well. Another good quote. As Horvath makes a little mistake in his pursuit of Vierenga, all three of these drivers in attack mode then.
His name is Mark. We make a Hamel joke. As he comes through as well. Down the run. Oh, what's happened here?
It's concertinaing up but as that Eggert overtakes Jonathan Jones. So the wounded car of Jonathan Jones creating quite a train behind him then. As it comes Eggert to the outside of that must be Jones.
Yeah, on the inside. Nicely done for Pascal. And attack mode for Sonneveld.
I think that's a car a lap down, actually, potentially.
So that could be. Oh, they're all still close together.
Yeah.
That's Stevens in the pits.
And how Sonneveld sets a purple first sector, improving all the time. So he's caught right back up to Norbert Brecker for 4th position. Joshua Hamilton, at that race that Sonneveld missed, got a 4th place. It was his worst result of the season so far, to be honest, which shows the kind of season that Hamilton has been having up to this point. So Sonneveld, he really needs to get 4th or better if he wants to keep in that championship hunt, because remember, you drop your worst results. Sonneveld can't afford to drop any more results because he missed Diria.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't race that day because he literally just wasn't at the computer. And is that one of the Hungarian cars getting out of the way? Must be a lap down. No,
it's Brecker.
And he's up the inside of Brecker. This is absolutely crucial. He almost spins him round there, but Brecker holds on by the skin of his teeth.
That was some defending
as
well.
This is madness.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
You have a bad feeling about everything. I don't sense anything.
To be fair, I told you that in Monaco.
Here he comes up the inside, and he's done it. Sonneveld up to 4th position, and it looked like Brecker almost had to, on the inside, slow down for the corner, and he went all the way around the outside of him. That was brave stuff by House Sonneveld, but Norbert Brecker will not be happy about that at all. He was barged out the way, and might there be damage to that car? This is a bit busy, isn't it?
My God.
Into the side.
It's
Vierenga and Blumschein battling one another once more. And it looks like Sonneveld has gone for attack mode. No wonder he was going so quickly. Eggert is about to run out, but Coopers has entered it too in the number 2. So I think this is a great chance for Bram Coopers to get a top 8 result here. As Sonneveld now all over the back of Gashi for 3rd. So this is all going Sonneveld's way. Joshua Hamilton down in 12th at the moment behind Lahoven, and with Tobias Blumschein only about a second down. I'm starting to feel a bit worried about Joshua Hamilton because this race has become more about survival than getting a good result. What was that, Josh?
That was something flying back, and it's out of the race
Blumschein
with Tobias.
Okay, so one less thing to worry about then. Always a bigger fish, I guess. But certainly bad news for Tobias. The traditional bad luck for Blumschein in Formula E, it would seem. But that's a shame because he was doing really well from the very back up to get up to, what was it, just behind Hamilton, 13th position.
Well, I guess for Tobias, he wasn't.
And while we've been focusing on that, Sonneveld has got up to 3rd. So Gashi dropping back now. So it's Michael Steffel, the sister into the points driver, that really needs to hold Sonneveld back now as he gets to the end of his first attack mode. I believe it's 2 allocations they get. As Steffel enters his, that was a good decision there.
Keeps ahead of
Gashi also enters his first attack mode, so he's going to have a bit longer. Here we go, side by side, Eggert and one of the VMS cars.
Is it Coupier? No, it must be Velastra, surely, to move into 8th place. But remember, last time out, Sonneveld didn't need attack mode to make up positions. He was passing everyone left, right, and centre and got up into the 2nd position. We thought he might win the race. Yes,
and Michael Steffel was caught right up to the back of 10 Sonneveld now. He's in attack mode. So here we go. The top 3, all within about a second now, Josh. This is very exciting indeed. Could 10 Sonneveld have to move over for House Sonneveld if they can clear Michael Steffel? He's a fly in the ointment here for VMS.
This is fantastic as well. They're all in the sights of each other.
That was a bit laggy. Yeah. So Michael Steffel, hopefully his connection will hold. But that's going to put off High Sonneveld because he's going to be thinking, if you strike me down, my internet connection will become more unstable than you can possibly imagine.
I was trying to figure that one in as they came through as well. As
They're getting more and more tenuous.
They are, yeah. We're
as the
really,
race goes on.
We're really struggling as they come through as well. I'm trying to desperately think about the Star Wars films and what we could quote. But anyway, top three, joining in.
10 Sonneveld goes to attack mode, and that's crucial. He just comes out ahead of Michael Steffel, but on the outside at all, just about tucks in at that chicane at 9, 10, 11.
Gilles Sonneveld's coming in as well. Well, we'll be honoured if you could join us as they come to the top three
so
battle.
How's Sonneveld being dropped now that he's out of attack mode and potentially into the clutches of Alban Gashi again? Meanwhile, Joshua Hamilton has not gone for attack mode yet, still down in 12th position. I'll be interested to hear from him after the race what the strategy is here as Lahoven enters his first attack mode up ahead of him. So that's trouble for Hamilton. He was right behind. And there's Gashi now, desperately trying to hold off Norbert Brecker. But this really, if these two fight each other, that plays into the hands of Sonneveld.
Well, who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool that follows him?
Fool that follows him into attack mode. Here comes Brecker up the inside. That's brave. How has he done that, Josh?
I don't know.
That's a 1,000,000 to 1 shot.
1,000,000 to 1 shot down on the braking zone and got it literally slipped right the outside as well.
That couldn't have been more perfect.
That was
bullseyeing a Womp in a T16. Skyhopper.
I love the Family Guy version. Yeah, there's two sons and no women. What else am I supposed to do? As they come through.
But anyway, Brecker now, he wants revenge. Remember, we saw Sonneveld make that very aggressive pass on him. Norbert Brecker wants revenge on House Sonneveld. But he's only got about 20 seconds.
Revenge is not the Jedi way. Yes.
But House Sonneveld, the championship contender, he's got too many points to be left alive. He's got to be taken down, man.
Well,
anyway,
here we go.
10 Sonneveld on attack mode as Steffel runs out. He's setting purple sectors as Brecker goes through. Back up to third position. That's not good for House Sonneveld. He wasn't able to hold on before he ran out of attack mode. So it's back to where they were before then. And Norbert Brecker will be very pleased with that. Sonneveld sets fastest lap of the race. Steffel not far behind it, though. Only 2 seconds behind on the road. So, yes, 10 Sonneveld doing everything he needs to do now. He won't be too put off by Michael Steffel's what he's doing behind him. And they've got a 7-second gap to Norbert Brecker as well. So it's turning into a 2-horse race then up front. So House Sonneveld, he's saving his second attack mode for the end, I think. Still half an hour to go in this race, and so much has happened.
This is getting out of hand. Now, I told them.
I was waiting for you that one.
I wanted to do 1 and 2, to be fair, but it's like he sort of led up to that one as they come through. Oh, this is looking good stuff here.
Oh,
he touched the wall!
Goes Brecker. So he's trying to get the widest line. So he's got maximum turning circle into turn 7 and hit the outside wall. Doesn't look too badly down. I think everyone's going to bend steering after this one. But even Brecker, it's crabbing a bit to the left because he's going to the right. Well, he certainly hit, but he kind of hit it himself rather than being laser blasted.
Oh, yeah. Well, Porkins always do that, didn't he? How many Porkins was there? It was about 3 or 4. So, no one could beat Wedge. Love Wedge.
Anyway, so...
Interesting fact, actually. He is the uncle to Ewan McGregor, isn't he?
Oh, I believe so,
the actor, yeah. And of course, the actor himself was in Nutrix. Anyway, back to you.
So Joshua Hamilton has used his first attack mode to try and catch Nick Conan. There he is. He's right behind him now in that blue car. I wonder if Joshua Hamilton, with all the contact that's been going on around him, if the steering has taken a bit of a whack. But still, Joshua Hamilton, if he can sneak into the top 10 here, is that him? No, he's okay.
No, look at Vierenga. He's on 66% energy.
God.
I was looking down the order and just waiting.
Well, let's hope he can execute that strategy. Just like all those Jedi got horribly, brutally murdered.
No, Ed, I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.
And so it is.
And Sonneveld takes his second attack mode. The race leader.
There's a 10 Sonneveld. He's not hanging around. Always on the move.
No, stop. R2, we need to be going up, not down. That's
exactly what Joshua Hamilton's saying to the Into the Point strategy team. Here we go. Right behind Nick Conan then. He needs this 11th place. This could be the most important couple of laps for Joshua Hamilton's championship, especially with Sonneveld still in that 4th position and Hamilton through. That was very good there. And Conan didn't really have much in reply. He wasn't fighting that one too hard. But Sonneveld right in the mix behind Brecker. Could he try and make a move about attack mode, Josh? Or do you think he's going to wait till his moment near the end?
Wait to the moment near the end, otherwise if you waste your attack modes and you're going to be left powerless and defenseless at the end of it as well.
Yes, of course.
And with attack mode towards the end, you'll have unlimited power!
Well, actually, it's only about 250 kilowatts, so it is limited. But anyway, here comes Joshua Hamilton up to 10th now. Coopers makes way, and this is all without the aid of attack mode. So Joshua Hamilton showing us how it's done. And like we said, waiting for his moment. And the strategy is starting to pay off because we saw he was saving energy compared to the people around him. Now the number 16 into the points driver starting to use it. Lahoven next in his targeting reticule.
Oh,
Son of the inside of Brecker. And he takes third position there. So both our title contenders making moves on the streets of Bern with 28 minutes remaining.
Nice move up the inside as well. That was absolutely fantastic as well. So now we got attack mode number 2 going on for Parkinson as well. As they come through. So shame we don't have anyone named after planets in Star Wars. That would have been a lot of fun as well as they come through.
Yeah, much Naboo about nothing.
Oh.
There we go, Shakespeare and Star Wars. Refty in the YouTube chat asks, what is this game? It is R Factor 2, but it is a mod. Oh, look at this! Into the points, Gashi attacking Norbert Brecker again. And is that for Lestra joining the party as well? Looks like this party's over. As through goes Gashi on Brecker.
I think
not many Mace Windu memorable Mace Windu quotes.
There isn't, is there?
Samuel Jackson more memorable for other movies and saying quotes we probably can't repeat in his broadcast.
To be fair, Ed, they are in this race, but we're not granting them podium positions or anything.
This is outrageous. This is unfair, Josh. Here comes Oliver Perikian back past Sonovel. Perikian has come from nowhere.
He really has, and he's on attack mode now as well.
I think it was him, not Gashi, that we saw getting by Brecker, sorry.
Yeah, so that's moved up the order as well.
So there we go, into the points. Second and third then. So that's absolutely crucial for Joshua Hamilton that his two teammates are helping him keep Sonneveld at bay and keeping this title battle alive. Because if Sonneveld gets on the podium, that really puts Joshua Hamilton at a disadvantage going into, with the drop score rule, going into the final race then. Although it depends how that goes, of course, as well. But Hamilton can afford to drop this race, but no more than that. And Sonneveld already can't afford to drop a race. So we see things hanging in the balance here, really. It's like it's a symbiotic circle. What happens to one will influence the other.
Surely you must see this.
Oh! So I can't do the Brian Blessed Boss NASA chin tongue.
It's like Megan will come in a second and say she's
here comes Gashi past Brecker round the outside. That was a very clean move from the number 28.
I must apologise. Kieran Knight is going to play me for the rest of the race.
And there we go. Larhoven being overtaken by Coopers, who's in attack mode. And I think Cooper's still doing a pretty impressive race to hang on to that top 10. Joshua Hamilton still 9th. And he set fastest lap of the race now, 3 seconds behind Eggert and closing. So Joshua Hamilton's not giving up on a top 8 finish here as well, as Oliver Perikian is about to run out of attack mode. No wonder he came out of nowhere.
It's really good, actually. So Sonneveld now, Norbert Brecker is in 3rd position. Jones is on that attack mode, so is Stefan. But Stefan's down in 18th position. Tobias and Vagapov, the only 2 retirements in this race so far.
Indeed.
This is where the fun begins. Yeah, this is where the fun begins.
Well, the fun began about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, that's what you should have said when the lights went out.
Well, we didn't have a lot of time to prepare. This whole operation was your idea, Josh. Nah, just kidding. It was mine.
Well, wait a minute. How did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Apparently not.
Do you have a plan B? I'm waiting.
Well, the interviews are going to be very much fun. Is that Joshua Hamilton retiring?
No!
Oh, no.
Oh.
That boy was our last hope, Josh.
No, there is another.
Oh, there is, yes, Sonneveld. But that is great news for Sonneveld because a big threat to him has just disappeared from this race. So Joshua Hamilton, his championship isn't over, but surely something must have happened because he was only a couple of seconds behind Pascal. He was pushing to catch up, and I think he just hit the wall, or he may have been disconnected. We didn't see quite what happened there.
So what if I was to tell you that the championship was now under the control of the Dark Lord of the Sith?
I would say you're a liar and a fantasist.
Oh no, my friend. Sonneveld has clouded their vision.
I think Joshua Hamilton has done that himself, to use another Obi-Wan Kenobi quote.
So is this how the championship dies? With thunderous applause.
It's not over yet, not by a long shot. Anyway, Peter Schumann unlaps. Is that him? No, that's
Yeah.
Brie Renger, I think he just overtook there, sorry. Not Sonneveld. There are a lot of people trying to listen to this and probably wondering what on earth we've been going on about half of this race, with the title hanging in the balance. Yeah. That's just talking absolute nonsense. I guess the ability to speak does not make us intelligent.
I think, therefore I am.
Okay, Descartes. Let's not put the horse before Descartes on this one.
Oh, Misa getting out of here. Better dead here than dead at the core.
Sonneveld then continues to chase Parakian, and remember, Sonneveld has still got an attack mode at his disposal, so the worm will turn, as they say. And his Coopers, who has continued to struggle actually since I praised him a few laps ago. Faith in Coopers, misplaced it may have been.
Oh, dear. Difficult to see. Yeah, difficult to see. Always emotion is the future.
Yep. So Sonneveld, with 23 minutes left to go, I think he should be feeling confident for a podium here. As long as he can keep Oliver Pericchi and his Coopers, makes an unscheduled pit stop. I'm not sure what that's for. He just wants to check out the set, and he's being followed through. That must be for repairs. The steering must have got too badly damaged, and looks like Capriola's coming in for a service too.
Well, not to worry, we are still flying half a ship.
Half a car, more like it. I was going to say that if someone tried to continue with the wheel falling off.
That would be fantastic.
That did happen once, and I for some reason didn't think of that quote. Anyway, let's hope this race ends with another happy landing for someone. But Sonneveld continuing. Oh, what a mistake there by Oliver Pericchian. He hits the inside wall at turn 4 and 5. And Sonneveld is now all over the back of him like a cheap suit. He's got him now, Josh.
Yeah, here we go. He's going to take the wide line. Stefan's twitching as well.
So Sonneveld, not Stefan. I think Stefan's down
Sonneveld,
16.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, my fault. In charge of scheduling I was as they come through. All the way down now. I'm thinking 4 is 2. Anyway, here we go. Back on the power. Not taking the second attack mode yet, so saving that. 50% of power left. 22 minutes to this race to go. This is looking quite good. Into the braking zone now for 9, 10, 11. Nope, nothing at the moment. Well, as my sweet mother always said, son, if 1 hostage is good, 2 are better, and 3, well, that's just good business.
Interesting.
Did Lando Calrissian say I've got a bad feeling about this in The Rise of Skywalker? I don't remember him saying that.
I remember this deal's getting worse all the time, and they arrived just before you did, which I've yet to use in this one.
Yeah, well, we haven't had any overtakes. I could do it as well.
Tends to work better for the finish. They arrived just before you did. Anyway, 20 minutes remaining in the race, and we see Sonneveld continuing to pressure Oliver Pericchian. He's got 3% more energy. So I'm Oliver Pericchian. I'd be starting to feel a bit worried here. Gashi not too far behind, but a bit worse on energy. So I think Gashi's been played out here.
If Ten Sonneveld gets the victory here, Tens, and Gilles Sonneveld finishes in 3rd.
House Sonneveld, and a little look to the outside there as they approach turn 7, as Michael Steffel enters attack mode number 2. So Ten Sonneveld has used both attack modes. What's the gap? 2.5 seconds. So Ten Sonneveld could be in trouble here.
Well, yeah, as I was saying as well, if they do have, if Ten Sonneveld finishes ahead of House Sonneveld as well, Ten's surely going to be saying over the podium as well, and next to him within the same room as well, we stand here, it's my achievement, not yours, on the podium as well. And look at Sonneveld as well, he's getting so close, down to the braking zone of the chicane, pulls to the outside line, not going to get a move down there, not in a month of Sundays.
Yeah, anyway, here comes Sonneveld looking again to the outside. Almost think because of that red line now, I think that's like the pit entry line, but it's actually just a cycle lane or something in Bern. But
I'm just going to be Ted Kravitz here.
Go on.
The attack mode, I believe, is 3 by 3 minutes.
2 seconds, Nick, because look at this.
Here we go. Sonneveld up the inside then. Oh, as they approach the chicane, and Briggs on the outside, and Sonneveld hits the wall, and that's crucial. That was his chance of 3rd, slipping away there. And what a terrible mistake there by Sonneveld. There just wasn't enough space.
No, there wasn't. 2 seconds, Nick. Back to you.
Yeah, the attack mode is 3 times 3 minutes.
Thanks,
There we
Nick.
go. So they've still got another one to use then. But Steffel actually not closing that. Just the gap still about 2 seconds to 10 Sonneborn, who's doing a fantastic job as he has the whole race. It must be said, led from start to finish. And oh, look at this! Is this Brecker getting involved? It is. Just as Sonneborn uses attack mode, and Brecker's up the inside, almost squeezes him in the wall there.
My goodness me. And look at this.
It's not gone to plan for Sonneborn at all. The only thing that's really gone absolutely right, it was the start and Joshua Hamilton retiring, really.
Biestra has joined as well. The battle.
Oh, there we go. And through goes Brecker back up to third position. He's not been there in a while.
That did not sound like a Duke Grievous call. I tried to get it. Yeah, well, it's all right. Laugh it up, Fuzzball. And they come through.
But of course,
Nice move from
in this
Barker.
occasion, with Ten Zonneveld, he's not the most experienced driver, so it's good to them to let the rookie win, if that's indeed the plan here.
I'd just as soon kiss
As
the
here
wookie.
comes Zonneveld using his attack mode on Oliver Prickin, who's going on full defensive mode here.
Yeah, this is not good news at all. Sonneborn has taken it now, so this is another, what was it, Nick, as well? 3 minutes in activation as they come through. Down, turn around the outside, not paying off that time.
Yes, that's correct.
Lovely, thank you. And is he going to look to the outside? Oh, he got blocked, big time.
Yeah, and turn 7, that's a big opportunity if you can get up the inside early enough. And Oliver Prickin, he's got Zonneveld on the outside into turn 8, and Sonneveld's through using that extra power. That was a brave move and a half, wasn't it, Josh?
That was fantastic as well, and he literally had no fear, slinging it around the outside there as well. And he definitely has controlled his fear. Now he's going to have to release his anger, because only hatred can destroy the top 3 here today with Brecker running out of attack mode.
But of course, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering, suffering leads to retirement.
Would somebody get this great big walking carpet out of my way?
That's no way to talk about your co-commentator. I've got a beard, but it's not that bad.
He's quite clever, you know, for a human being.
Anyway, there we go. Nick Conan and that looks like Lahoven just lapping some of the back markers. But Zonneveld, now he's clear Parickian all over the back of Brecker for that crucial third place to give him that marginal advantage over Joshua Hamilton going into the final round. I have a feeling if he can get that third place, it's going to be winner takes all in that final mystery round, isn't it, Josh?
Yes, well, search your feeling, Eds. You know, keep your concentration in the here and now where they belong.
All right, Qui-Gon.
So I'll be dead by the end of this.
Oh, how did that get in there? So that's more Tobey Maguire than Spider-Man than Star Wars.
Oh, dear. Oh, we should just totally do Green Goblins at some point as well.
Misery. That's what you've chosen as the VMS. That's VRN graphic. He's getting out of the way for his teammate and Brecker there. As Zonneveld about to run out. He's going to make a last-ditch move as they approach the chicane, but it's too late. Brecker holds the place with 16 minutes left to go. And the tension very, very high here because every point he gets is going to get him closer and closer to Joshua Hamilton then. He may take the overall lead after this race, but we've still got the drop score rule. Because in the points, it is Zonneveld 153, Joshua Hamilton 185.
Oh, he touched the back. Conan touched the back of Lahoven.
Conan getting a bit too close to comfort to Lahoven. Yeah, he was taking him now and he should have waited.
No, Anakin, no.
To be fair, I feel like no Anakin, no can just apply to all of the prequels.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes. So
in fact, even the
yes,
Clone Wars,
153.
no,
So 185 minus 153 is of course 32 points. And
attack with 3. Jones and Stefan as well.
I believe for fourth you get let's see if it's 36 for second, 40 for a win, I believe 35 for third, and then it's something like fourth is like 33, is it?
That's not how the points work.
I'm trying to remember it off
It is
by
how the
heart.
points work, don't worry.
So yeah, 33 points, and he was how many behind did I say?
2, isn't it? But
okay, so yeah, he definitely would take the overall lead, but that's academic when it comes to the into the points. A very, very apt name, as it would seem with our
Don't
scoring system.
underestimate the points. And don't underestimate the droids who drive them.
Yeah, Yes, a powerful ally is the points system.
I can feel your hatred.
I'm looking forward to the interviews because the drivers are going to be so confused. Anyway, Horvath is still right behind Conan. Conan gets in front of Lahoven in the battle for 9th. So the Finavon driver's having a little squabble.
9th, what can we do with that?
That's
work out, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I know it's Joshua Hamilton, who's retired from the race, has liked my tweet promoting this stream. So, yeah, we should drag him in for an interview if he's still around, because I would love to hear his... As a title protagonist, it would be great to hear his thoughts as Peter Schumann goes for his final attack mode down in 12th. So 20 seconds down on Horvath. Schumann needs to pull away from Jones, who's still, full credit to him, still struggling on with his wounded car. Yeah.
It's looking quite good, though. As I said, still flying half a ship after that, so he's still going quite well. Flying is for droids anyway.
Oh, look at that. That's not looking good at all. That is...
I've seen more intact...
That is on its way to Watto's junk shop, I think.
Yeah. I've seen more attached limbs in Star Wars than I have straighter cars. As they come through there, Vilestra and Eggert have taken attack mode as well.
Yeah, there's Steffel still fighting for the race win, by the way. He's not given up on Sonneveld yet. Still 2 seconds behind, but everything that Michael Steffel's thrown at Ten Sonneveld, he's matched it. It's almost like Ten Sonneveld's powers have doubled since the last time we raced.
Good. Twice the pride, double the fall.
That's what Michael Steffel will be thinking, certainly, yeah. Still another attack to go as House Sonneveld continues to pressurize Norbert Brecker, just half a second down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. Have we not said do it before? We haven't done it yet. Oh, look, here's Sonneveld trying to run outside.
And Valestra's got in front of Gashi, so I think Gashi is in real problems here with his energy because Valestra, using his attack mode, has got up to 6th position, but Sonneveld continuing. And that's House Sonneveld, by the way.
He's too weak. He's too weak.
Yes.
He can't defend properly as well as he tries on the inside line. Not working out that time around.
We go, but brilliant defensive stuff from Norbert Brecker. The top 4 have put on an absolutely superb show. Top 5, actually.
Well, to be fair, that's about how many good Star Wars movies there are.
Yeah.
5. 3, 4, 5, 6, Rogue One. Pretty much it. Everything else was a bit...
well, you can still like something, even if it's...
Well, Phantom Menace is good, if it's a Sunday. And it's raining outside. And if you need to go to sleep, then I think number 2 is good for that.
Yeah, Joshua Hamilton, because I tagged him, that's why he's that. So he says, the Force definitely worked against me tonight.
He wasn't chanting, was he?
Yeah, maybe he will need to meditate on this as we ride on board with Sonneveld as it goes over the bump through the 4-5 chicane.
Well, he's become one with the Force.
Yep, and Schumann about to run out of attack mode. He's only closed about 3 seconds on Ben's Horvath, so I don't think Schumann is going to gain any more positions here. I think he's done about as much as he can.
Looks like he does as much as he can do. So, guess we'll blow him up at some point.
Yeah, Schumann could really do with some rebel friends. I wonder where they are.
Dantooine.
Yes, of course.
They're on Dantooine.
Anyway,
I'm just commentating in my slippers, sorry.
11 minutes left to go. And
11?
Valestra... Okay, just under 11.
I say, we counting...
the Death Star will be in range in 10 minutes.
Oh, dear.
So,
that was no point now as well. Death Star can literally zoom out anywhere. Why has it got to slowly creep up on Gavin 4 as well? Yavin 4.
Yes, well, to be fair, it's a pretty big space station.
It's a moon.
Yeah, it's a small moon. Yes, so Norbert Brecker, what is he thinking now? Is he because Sonneveld will go for that attack mode within the last 10 minutes, surely, as a Perikian still behind, looking to take advantage. So Brecker, it's got to the point where he can't win, really, but there are alternatives to fighting. He can maybe use his strategy to get on top here. I was thinking maybe hiding under the floorboards.
That too. With a big carpet.
And there's Cooper's all over the back of Jones, who continues to struggle on, but and around the outside he goes. So Jones, it's looking a bit second hand, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, there's a joke there. What is it? Second hand. I'll work it out.
That car's not, I don't think that car's going to pass its MOT, that's for sure. Sonneveld now within 3 attempts. They had to move
That's
out. That was Stefan Schumann who moving out right out of the way. Now his attack mode's run out. But Brecker doing an absolutely superb job to hold on to third position as Steffel continues on. And it definitely feels like the race has died down a bit, hasn't it, Joshua?
It does feel like it has died down as well. So I presume at this point as well, we're going to be saying more. More. I want every camera we've got trained on these top 3.
Yes, because twice the cameras, double the phone. So,
Nick, if you're listening, and I know you are, you could join the cameras as well. Focus, clear your mind.
So Sonneveld, he's running out of options here, isn't he?
I don't think now's the time for meditation.
Yes, it is still getting very exciting in this battle for third with its title implications. Sonneveld, there we go, going through the attack mode. He's gotten bored. So the last 8 minutes now are going to become very, very interesting indeed. But there's a big gap in front from Brecker to Steffel. So I don't think Sonneveld is really in the shout of the win now because he didn't quite clear Brecker like he hoped he would after his last attack mode. But here we go, up to the inside of the chicane. How much is Brecker going to defend this? Not much. So surely the strategy now for Brecker is to keep as close as he can. Oh, not that close.
That's not how the force works.
You don't force people out of the way, indeed. But surely Brecker has got one more attack mode to use now. And
should do.
He's got to wait a lap or 2 maybe for Sonneveld to start running out. Or he might want to enter it sooner possible just so Sonneveld doesn't get away. So really it's a matter of he's reacting now. He's got a decent gap to Perikian, 2 seconds, as we look at Pascal Eggert, who also technically still in the title fight but a long way off, especially because it must be said because of that Punter didn't really go to plan and neither did Berlin at the beginning of the season, but in between he was always on the podium and not won a race yet, of course, but second in Rome, second in Diriyah, and 4th in Marrakesh. Well, no, it was 3rd in Marrakesh, wasn't it? Because Rakitic got penalised, yes.
Penalised to drop the back down to 5th. No,
was that Jonathan Jones? And was that... Oh, that wasn't Sonneveld, was it? Because Sonneveld's up to 3rd now. Of course, having overtaken Brecker, as we saw. But that must be
Vierenga. Look at him, he's slowing massively.
And Norbert Brecker decided not to go for attack mode. But yeah, that's... Jonathan Jones, it was sort of inevitable. I think he honestly would have been better off pitting for repairs, but I guess Jonathan Jones just wanted to carry on and see how far he could get without bailing out. With only a few minutes left from home, but I wonder what happened there with Vierenga, because we only really saw the aftermath. It felt like maybe he defended from Vierenga behind him and it ended in tears.
What a stupid little Astro droid.
Did say driving was for droids earlier, didn't I?
Yes, yeah.
But anyway, that's Jonathan Jones out of the race, so 2 into the points, gone then. And... But the other 2 still in the fight for the top 4, with the Steffel only 1.7 behind 10 Sonneveld. So he didn't quite close up though. 10 Sonneveld has managed it absolutely superbly. So there we go. Final attack mode for 10 Sonneveld. So you can potentially pull away. But Steffel doing likewise then in the final 6 minutes. They want to make the absolute most of the final 4 minutes. Give to them.
Yeah. If Jones doesn't come in with saying, it's not my fault, I'm sacking him. He's not my job, I'll just sack him.
It's working. It's working for both Sonnevelds at the moment as Brecker and Perikian go into their final attack modes as well. So Sonneveld about to run out in 10 seconds. Brecker has got 4 minutes now to catch up 5 seconds.
So can he do it?
And meanwhile, his gap between the leaders. So it's becoming an energy management contest then.
Well, size does not matter. Look at me. Judge me by size, do you?
Only battery life matters, yes.
Good.
Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. Luminous because of all the battery.
Yours this party does. Leave we shall.
Oh! And that damage. It's someone else crashed.
Oh.
I think it might be Capriola because he's gone into the pit lane.
Oh.
But it could be someone else in trouble out on track, or is that debris from Jones? It's Vierenga trying to get back to the pits, and a wheel truly gone. But not to worry, he's still driving about 3/4 of a car. And the car about to come to a halt, I think, and it will be an unhappy landing for Dennis Vieringa.
Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. Like your rear left wheel, for instance.
That's exactly.
You'll be fine.
Yes, attachments. A true racing driver cannot lead a life of attachments, even to their wheel. Anyway.
Oh, dear.
So, Michael Steffel, the gap, 1.3 seconds now. And that is the battle for first. And Steffel improving on that last lap time. He was, slower. About 7 tenths slower.
Yeah, ran about a big time off the bus.
Oh, no, actually, no. He was 3 tenths faster. That was best laps I was looking at. So he was 3 tenths faster on that last lap. But it seems to have ballooned out now. So I think Steffel has maybe been a bit slow through the first corner. But he's still got Sonneveld in sight. So if either of them trip up in the last few minutes, it could have big, big implications on not just the race win, but the championship too. With Sonneveld now only about 2 seconds ahead, House Sonneveld only about 2 seconds ahead of Norbert Brecker. I don't think Brecker has got enough in the tank here, and is that a mistake from Brecker you've just seen as well? Because Perikian looks a hell of a lot closer than he did. And he spins!
Oh, no!
Oh, and there's somebody hit him.
Backwards!
Oh, it's fallen to pieces there.
Now, it literally is half a car. He's got 2 wheels off.
Not even the wishbones survived.
I've seen videos of him killing wheels.
Yes, not just the front wheels, but the back wheels.
and the little Pirellis.
Oh, and he's stuck.
Oh, he's out
on the exit of turn 7 there. How embarrassing! Not one of Yoda's better quotes there.
Yeah.
Much to learn.
Yes.
But that's
Lost
such a
a
shame
wheel.
because Brecker was doing such a great performance up to that point, and his attack mode about to run out. Lost the wheel.
Young Brecker has. How embarrassing.
Into the pits he must come.
Oh, dear. Don't be too proud of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, even that looks like Cooper's unlapping himself as well. But Brecker, I think, will probably not be going too much further in this race. Perhaps a couple of points he might be able to pick up, but forever dominate his destiny will that crash.
Someday he's going to be wrong, and I just hope I'm there to see it. Thank you, Princess Leia.
Anyway.
Or is it
Okay, Laser Brain, let's wrap this thing up, shall we? As we see Brecker continuing to stop. He's got it wedged into the wall there, and he's somehow... That's quite dangerous. That's the final chicane he's got stuck in while he's trying to get into the pits, isn't he? So the steering, not ideal in the car in that state, but I think he's just about to make it to the pit entry there without impeding anybody. But there is Sonneveld, just under 2 minutes left in the race. He's got 9% in the battery. Eggert has gone into his final attack mode in a ditch to catch Gashi. He's about 7.6 behind though, so the gap's ballooning out really. The closest on track is Conan and Brecker, of course, in the pits at the moment, or I think about to retire, honestly. Or is he going to try and finish the race on 2 wheels? Because that would be very reckless.
Oh, this is such a drag.
No, he's continuing.
Oh, I'm literally beside myself.
I don't want to get into whether there should be penalties or not. I'm not brave enough for politics. But I think Norbert Brecker should have quit while he was ahead here. This race is getting worse all the time now for him.
Oh, dear.
And yellow in the first set, I assume that's for Brecker.
Yeah, it is. Of course, here it is. Norbert Brecker walking away.
We're going to miss 10 Sonneveld crossing the line if we get too distracted. But there's House now free to get that third place. And we've underplayed it a bit, haven't we? But what a good recovery drive. Brilliant start. Great battles. And all has to lap Brecker again, just to add insult to injury, as Steffel right behind 10 Sonneveld now. So 10 has actually closed right up, even though he's got 2% more in the battery. Is he trying to get an extra lap out of this race? 30 seconds to go. I think we're approaching the last lap, Josh.
I think we are as well. So this is quite interesting.
Here we go then.
indeed.
All or nothing. Neither of these drivers have won a race in Formula E so far at all. So it's going to be the first win for one of these two, and it's the Finnevon that's holding them up. Which one is that? Is that Halarhoven and Conan ahead of them? Yes. Yeah. So Larhoven will have to move out the way, and that's annoying for Steffel because that allows Sonneveld to just pull away just a little bit as there's Eggert trying to go all right the outside. He did catch Gashi. There we go. So Gashi in real trouble there. but only got 3% left of energy. Perikian also in a lot of trouble. He needs to make sure he doesn't run out right behind Vilestra. There's that Brecker still pulled to the side of the road then, so you're not really going to be able to overtake down the main straight.
Look at Steffel. He's ringing that car with the energy as well. Sonnenfeld's trying to hold it, and he touches the braking zone again.
He's running out of time. Oh, the rear sliding out. And I think that might be enough then for 10 Sonnenfeld. He's got life in the battery. He's only got a few corners left to go.
The circle is now complete for the Sonnenfelds. When he left his brother, he was but the learner. Now he is the master.
Yes, so Sonnenfeld only got the final chicane left to go, and he wins the Bern E-prix in just a few seconds, but Perikian very low on energy. Through the final chicane they go now, and 10 Sonnenfeld. We've seen how Sonnenfeld win twice this season, but it's the younger brother, 10, who goes towards the line and wins in his own right. Sorry, Michael Steffel, he arrived just before you did. And it's victory celebration indeed for BMS
far out.
with first and third. But here's House Sonnenfeld, and he takes the championship lead, at least provisionally. But when it comes down to dropping his worst result, it's going to be very, very close between the two.
Always two there are, no more, no less.
Yes, indeed. But third is now Sonnenfeld's worst result other than missing the race, and Josh Hamilton's worst result is that 4th place. So if it's just down to worst results, it's Pascal Leggett. He had to give the place back to Gashi because he ran out of energy. He's crawling over the line now, and he's just got that final chicane to go. Here comes Gashi to take a pretty well-earned 6th. He's done well to survive this race, honestly. Oh no, he ran out.
No, is he going to push to the line?
Oh, look, and is that's Cooper is having to push him.
He doesn't have unlimited power.
Oh no, dear. I love democracy.
The attempt on my life has left me scarred.
This race has left me scarred and deformed, it would seem, says Pascal Leggett. But there we go, he crosses the line. There. But it seems at the end of the table, the man with the high ground, as we see Nick Conan finish the race, is 10 Sonnenfeld. So the glory goes to him.
You underestimate the house's power.
He'd never won a race before, never even finished. Well, actually, no, that's not true. He did finish a few races, but but he's never even been on the podium before. So what an excellent result for 10 Sonnenfeld. So
just in time as well, because I need to get this princess
Brecker
back to the castle.
Brecker finally decides to call it a night, but with Lahoven and Coopers, I think, just circulating and a bit too far apart. Shall we go through the provisional final results then?
Away you go. Punch it, Chewie.
Okay, there we go. So it is 10 Sonnenfeld in number 10, takes his first victory in EERC Formula E, lights the flag, got pole position, led every lap. What an absolutely superb performance by 10. And then it is Michael Steffel who finishes runner-up, but only by 1.3 seconds in the end. So close, but no cigar for him. House Sonnenfeld takes his first step into what he hopes will be a larger world with third position with the championship on the line. Stan Vilestra finishes 4th. We didn't talk about Vilestra all that much, but what a great performance by him, ahead of Oliver Perikian, who had his moments, played the T game, but 5th for the Into the Points drive, ahead of Alban Gashi, then Pascal Leggett, him and Gashi running out of energy right near the end. Nick Conan finishes 8th in the other Finnevond car, and it is Joe Blahoven who finishes 9th ahead of Bram Coopers. And Coopers, of course, will come away with the same amount of points as Nick Homewood, our race and broadcast director. Norbert Brecker finishes 11th then in his wounded car in the Dynaco racing machine, as it's called. I always just think of them as Hungarian sim racing. But Peter Schumann 12th, Stefan 13th, and Samuel Capriola 2 laps down, our final finisher then, with Horvath, Villarenga, Jonathan Jones, and our incoming championship leader coming into this race, Joshua Hamilton, failing to finish, along with Tobias Blumschein, and of course Peter Vagapov, who we lost right at the beginning.
But what about the Georgia Tuck and the Walkies?
Right, Josh. We can't forget about that. It's an important system. We can't afford to lose. So, while I'm getting the driver interview sorted, we've also got the mystery race that is about to be revealed by Nick Homewood. A surprise, to be sure.
You can do the interviews first.
Okay, right. Let's have an interview of our race winner, shall we? So we're joined now. Sorry to drag you out there, Ten. But Ten Sonneveld, race winner for the first time, joins us now in the interview booth. Ten, are you with us? Are you available to talk right now? Congratulations on that victory. That was an incredible performance.
Just relax. He has hibernation sickness. Put 10 Sonneveld
Lord
in the
Vader,
cargo
can you hear me? No.
It seems.
Where is 10? Is he safe? Is he all right?
It seems in your anger you muted him.
No, that's not true. He was alive and I felt it. 10, are you with us? No, I scared him away. No! Oh dear. How embarrassing. Okay, is Michael Steffel anywhere? Let's get Michael in, or Joshua potentially. But Michael maybe because he finished on the podium. That's the wrong place. There we go. So, we're now joined by Into the Points Racing's Michael Steffel, who took his best result of the season with second place in the Swiss E-prix in Bern, Switzerland. Michael, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, congratulations, Michael. What an excellent performance, and just short of 10 at the end, but it was cat and mouse all the way through, and of course, big title implications with those two VMS drivers either side of you.
Yeah, it was a really good battle with Teun. It was kind of back and forth. I got closer, then he pulled away. I got closer, then he pulled away, and the battle with the attack modes was actually quite interesting. So yeah, I enjoyed that a lot, and of course the standings in the championship. Yeah, good points for that also. And
of course, not your own personal glory on the line in terms of the Drivers' Championship, because the season not quite gone to plan. I remember Rome had a bit of a crash that ruined that result, unfortunately, but there were other really good performances this season too. Is it about setting up next season for you, or are you thinking, I need to help Joshua win the Drivers' Championship?
Honestly, it's about Joshua. I'm still learning RF2 because I got into RF2 just recently. This is my second season in any RF2 championship. So yeah, I'm just learning and I want to help him win the championship.
Well, don't worry. We will watch your career with great interest.
So good. You gotta harness that energy and and use it to your advantage. So some absolutely superb driving today, and I wish you all the best for the mystery race. I think we're going to invite your teammate in, Oliver Perikian, who's in the waiting room.
May the force be with you.
I was having a nice chat with guys, and you just dragged me in here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so sorry.
I thought Michael was your guy. You might want to appreciate and enjoy it.
No, that's fine, I guess.
So, Oliver, fifth place in the end, but there was a great battle with House and Norbert Brecker, of course, and he just fell short to Valestra at the end then, so quite an up and down race for you, but it felt like you came out of nowhere once you went for that first attack mode.
Yeah, I'd done 0 laps of dry running before the race, and only about 50 laps maybe in total, and they were all in the wet, so I had no idea how much speed I could carry through the corners, so I just fell back in the first stint, and then I just sent it under that attack mode and managed to get up to right behind Tyson. I think I overtook him as well, but after that I just had no energy to play with for the rest of the race, and that's why I fell behind Stan at the end, because I coasted across the line. I was out of battery at the end there. So yeah, lots to learn on the energy management side, but apart from that, I'm pretty happy with the race.
House felt like he was being quite forceful and aggressive out there, because there was that move into turn 4. I forget, was it you or was it Brecker he was fighting with? But I think it might have been both, because he was just really trying to force his way through, and when there wasn't a gap, he tried to create one. Do you feel like it was fair? Because it was about on the limit for me.
I didn't see what he did with Norbert, but from my point of view, it was all completely fair. I went side by side with him maybe 2 or 3 times in that race. One time there was a little bit of contact and he hit the wall, but it doesn't seem like there's any hard feelings there. I think we both left space. It was just unfortunate. A couple of other times he was on attack mode, so he just sailed around the outside of me, but space was always left between us two. Again, didn't see what he did with Norbert. But yeah,
I guess another happy
from my point of view. Can you guys pack it in with the Star Wars stuff? Jesus Christ.
No.
I've been watching the stream for 30 seconds and I've heard 17 references.
It's to be recognised then that you're doing well.
Oh, it's all right.
I've been listening to them for the last hour.
Anger leads to hate. Hate leads
Josh,
to...
please, I'm begging you.
Okay, shall we move on and invite but thanks you very much for talking to us, Oliver, and well done on your 5th place. Best of luck to you, Michael, and the Into the Points team for the title reckoning with Joshua Hamilton, of course. But I think we're going to invite Tayan in next, and then House and Joshua, who are the 2 title contenders. Let's see if Tayan, are you available to talk? Well done. Congratulations. What an absolutely superb performance by you. Pole position, led start to finish. But Michael Steffel really put the pressure on right at the end, and you have to manage the strategy perfectly. Talk us through it.
Quali wasn't even my fastest lap. But first, of course, I was expecting the rain. So I was, fuck, rain, and then, man, this is going to be, And then everyone said, "Oh, it's kind of dry," and I'm like, "Huh?" So the first, regular normal quali was like, testing a bit how the grip feels and everything. And then like the Super Bowl, I haven't done that ever, so I was like, do I need to drive out now? Can I already go fast lap now? And I was like, I got pole, so everything went good. And then the start, I think the start was like, just safe. I was just gone, and I thought, okay, just make a big as possible gap to, I forgot his name.
Michael Steffel.
Michael Steffel, yeah. And then just hope he is faster than me. And eventually we were really close on, Oh, I'm kind of,
I can tell you're a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But wow, I think we are too, because I remember the first couple of races you did where you just scraped through into the top 9, top 10 or something like that, and that was such a big achievement. It's amazing to see how much you've come on in such a short space of time. Maybe there was a bit of the groups and the weather playing to your advantage, but you didn't put a foot wrong. And in such a chaotic race, you navigated it superbly. So hats off to you, 10. And I'm sure House really appreciated you keeping all the other Into the Points drivers behind you and taking points off of them.
Yeah.
We hereby grant you the rank of master. We've been doing this all day.
Yeah, sorry. People are getting very sick, especially Oliver. Try not to upset him, Josh. We got a job to do.
No, but I was so happy that...
You're on.
The first time, this was the first time I was faster than my brother, so I was so happy, and I was just like, "Oh guys, I'm faster than you, half a tenth. That's pretty much, you know." And I was so happy, and then you guys said, "Oh, let's put rain on it," and I was, "Oh no," and then Gijs was faster.
I honestly think it's time you can have a duel with him.
Next season's going to be very, very interesting with the two of you at the peak of your powers. Once I was the learner, now I'm the master.
We need a duel of the fates. That's what we need.
But anyway, congratulations, 10. And I think we're going to invite your brother and Mr. Hamilton in to hear their thoughts on the title. So you're welcome to stay if you want.
Oh, yeah. I will just listen.
Anyway, we're now joined by House Sonneveld, who finished 3rd, and Joshua Hamilton, who unfortunately retired. So House first, what a battle that was, and well done on getting on the podium, because it was absolutely treacherous out there. So many battles, you had to really fight your way through, and you just made it. And Norbert Brecker especially was not easy to deal with, was he, in the end?
Well, it was really fun. The battle with Norbert was aggressive but fair. Same with Oliver. I had a really great battle with him. Of course I heard that Joshua retired during the race, but since I also had a 0 score, I knew that I had to finish 3rd or higher to keep my advance in the championship. So I was really focusing on getting that podium, I got it. So it's 1 point between us coming up to the final round, so it's going to be really fun.
It is indeed. It just to keep crisscrossing either way, and it really feels like both of you have been at the top of your game all season, it must be said. So moving on to not you, Mr. Birch, but other Joshua.
Yeah.
So Josh, it didn't really go to plan. It all seemed to go a little bit pear-shaped during qualifying, and from then on, you were doing really well to recover, and then while you're behind Pascal, it seemed it all came to a screeching halt, didn't it? Could you tell us what happened?
Yeah, well, for this round, I just haven't had the time to put the practice in. The practice time I have been able to put in, I put in on the wet, and we saw the save, but it was not very wet in that qualifying session. So I wasn't expecting the track evolution at all, and basically,
well, neither was I.
bottled it. I bottled it basically. I lost 4 attempts in the first corner, and I was like, I was up on the time by the last corner, so I bottled that. And then at the start of the race, I went for a move on Larhoven, and I ended up getting squeezed, and that knocked my wheel completely out of alignment. So at that point, I knew there's no real points in this race. I'm getting drop score anyway. I have to advance to at least second in order for the drop score to be worse than what my already couldn't drop score. So I just kept on going, built a bit of a gap, and then
I think
just
you
took
finished
fastest
fourth
lap.
in Diria, so I think the word.
No, it was fair because of disqualification
Oh,
from Tobias.
Tobias, yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry about that, Tobias.
So I basically just focused the rest of that on just getting the gap, taking that fastest lap, and then I basically just retired. I was gonna. Well, the way I retired was not how I wanted to retire. I was thinking about whether I should retire and miss my breaking points. So I went straight on. So I'm like, okay, I'm in the escape route now. good place to retire is any.
I can't think of a Star Wars thing for that.
Something about half a car or something.
Yeah, something
Anyway, but I guess you were a spectator for the rest of it then, Josh. You were watching House fight with Oliver and Michael, and hoping that they could keep him behind, basically.
Nice change of pace, just watching, observing what's going on.
I hope you appreciated the puns that we had throughout today.
Oh, those
Oliver
puns.
didn't like them. Oliver's driving, and he seemed to catch all of them, and to get annoyed by them. Maybe that's why he finished fifth. Nah, I'm just kidding, Oliver.
Revenge of the Fifth.
That's tomorrow, Josh.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Anyway, we got commentary tomorrow as well for that, and we'll see Oliver again, and you, Joshua
dear.
Hamilton, with your Into the Points
I'm
touring
racing
car team.
tomorrow. I forgot.
Yes, and our guys have been practicing. Alessandro has been practicing, yes. But anyway, we should focus our attention on the title battle between House and Joshua. So, Nick, do you have the secret track ready to reveal to? Do you and Pascal have it ready?
Let's get Pascal in, shall we?
Okay.
We need a big drum roll.
Do either of you have any requests about what you'd like the final race to be? Any track you're good at? I bet House is going to say Marrakesh again or something.
Le Mans.
Monaco. Le Mans.
Oh, Monaco, that works.
Monaco.
Mexico.
10 wants Mexico. That's a good shout.
Maybe Paris.
None of you said London. Interesting. You're not even you, Joshua.
Which one?
I guess not anything but Battersea. We probably don't have the other one in the game yet, of XL. So anyway, Pascal, Nick, you've been keeping what's a tightly lipped secret, which is, of course, the mystery race, the big surprise, the one we've all been waiting for. This is where the fun begins. So, what will our season finale, where will it take place on the 18th of May?
Well, we've got a nice video for you to watch.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, wow. You got someone other than me to edit for you.
I made it, so it's probably awful. But
I've got a bad feeling about this.
if you'll just mute your microphones, you'll find out what it is.
Silence, please. So there you have it,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen. Can I just say, when I joked that nobody guessed London, I didn't know in advance.
I didn't know.
That was a
I
complete
found out.
surprise to me too. How did this happen? I'm smarter than this.
Do you have a plan B?
No, well, I think we should just carry on with XL then. But XL London will be where the final race of the season takes place, and what an absolutely superb indoor-outdoor venue. It's going to be an absolutely unique challenge, and it's one of the R2 men here, Joshua Hamilton or House Sonneveld, that is going to win the championship. So, may the best man win, and best of luck to the both of you. And I'm sure we'll be practicing that circuit like crazy now in the few weeks that we've got until May 18th. But anyway, Joshua Birch this time. Do you have any closing thoughts before we go off air?
Oh,
You sound a bit exhausted, Josh.
it's been a long day. Closing statements.
Asking for an essay here.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think, actually. I need a good one.
That would be in a bit. That would hinder your ability to talk. Yes.
I'll close with, I think, with the one line we have not managed to get through today, and that is that if you expect a clean race in the ERC, and if you expect anything other than carnage, then it's a trap.
Indeed. So, who is going to overcome the challenge? We'll have to wait and see. But it was Ten Sonneveld who won today in Switzerland for the first time. And could he make it 2 in a row? Or will one of our title contenders bounce back and take victory and the championship in London? Only time will tell. I've been Edward Hunter, commentating with Joshua Birch and Nick Homewood. Thanks for joining us. And may the force be with you, if indeed you are at all interested in Star Wars, which most people watching is probably not. So I apologise to Oliver Perukian and others who share his opinion, which I mean is fair enough. But goodbye for now. Thanks to everyone, of course, to Pascal, Nick, and everyone who was able to get the broadcast ready, because we very nearly didn't stream this one, and I'm very, very glad that we managed to get that sorted. So goodbye for now. See you in London.